Hello students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well. Today we are going to discuss class 8 science chapter number 4 NCERT question and answers. Before that, I have already explained you about the chapter number 1, chapter number 2, chapter number 3 question answers of NCERT. I hope all of you have written these answers in your notebook. If you have not written, then please go through my channel and just check your question answers of chapter number 8. You will get it, and after then just try to write all the chapters question answers in your notebook. After getting all the answers, now we are going to just have an explanation about the chapter number 4 question answers. So let's start chapter number 4 NCERT grade 8 chapter 4 materials, metals and non-metals. Lay emphasis on the fundamentals of metals and non-metals. The chapter start with a discussion of appearance and hardness of different materials used commonly. The first part of the chapter, materials, metals and non-metals, discussed on the basis of the physical properties of the metal and non-metal in the detailed manner. And the following properties of metals and non-metals are covered, like ductility, malleability, luster, electrical conductivity. Each property is explained using the activities and suitable examples. In the second part of the chapter, materials, metal and non-metals are based specially described on the chemical properties of metal and non-metals are explained under the following labels, like reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, reaction with acids, reaction with bases, displacement reactions. Got it? So actually these are the few things which we have studied, and I have already explained you in the beginning of the chapter. You can just go and check class 8 science chapter number 4 metal and non-metal by Sonu sir on the YouTube. You will get my videos. So discussion on each of the above mentioned reaction with the metal and non-metal respectively is supplemented with the activities, example and chemical equations wherever required to make the concept clearer. The last section of this chapter, materials, metal and non-metal, focused on the uses of metals and non-metals in our daily life. The chapter materials, metals and non-metals covered the following topics: physical properties of metal and non-metal, chemical properties of metal and non-metal, uses of metal and non-metal. So after going now, we will sort out the question answers which are written in our NCERT textbook. So you can see here the question number 1, right? All of you are able to see? I hope all of you are able to see. Now we are moving toward the question number 1. So you can see this is our question number 1. Question number 1 is, which of the following can be beaten into sheets? This is the special physical characteristics of metal, that metal can drawn into sheet. So out of this 4 you have to just choose that which can be beaten into the thin sheets. So first of all, just choose which are metal and non-metal. Zinc is metal, rest all are non-metal. Phosphorus, sulfur, oxygen. So what will be the right answer? Zinc can be beaten into the sheet. So you can see here the answer is zinc. Now question number 2. You can just read the question. Which of the following statement is correct? All metals are ductile, right? All non-metals are ductile, wrong. Generally metals are ductile, wrong. Some non-metals are ductile. Now which of the following statements are correct? Question is giving you that there are 4 statements. You have to choose that which statement is correct. Generally metals are ductile. Generally metals are ductile. However, mercury is a metal which is liquid at the room temperature, cannot drawn into wires, and so it is not ductile. So you have seen here answer that the real answer will be C. Got it? Now we are moving towards the question number 3, fill in the blanks, right? You can just check here, there are some of the fill in the blanks. Phosphorus is very dash non-metal. Now question is very what? The question number 2, metals are dash conductors of heat and dash good conductor, bad conductor of heat and electricity. You have to write. Iron is dash reactive, more reactive or less reactive than copper. Metals react with acid to produce hydrogen gas or oxygen gas. So all these answers I have written, don't worry. In the answer section you can just see here, as I have mentioned, phosphorus is very reactive nonmetal, very reactive nonmetal. See, remember, potassium and sodium in the metal and phosphorus in the nonmetal are very much reactive. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Iron is more reactive than copper. Metals reacts with acid to produce hydrogen gas. So as after the fill in the blanks, now we will move towards the question number 4 about the true or false. Here you can see, just make T if the statement is true and F if it is false. So there are 4 questions. Generally, non-metal reacts with acid. Non-metal reacts with acid. Question is what? It's false or true? What do you think? It is true. Only 2 options are there. Metal reacts with acid or non-metal? Metal reacts with acid to give metallic salt and hydrogen gas, right? So this will be false. Sodium is very reactive metal. True. Copper displaces zinc from the zinc sulfate solution. False. Coal can be drawn into wires. False. So there is only one true, that is B. Rest is false. So let's check the answer. You can see here, as I have written, generally non-metal react with acid. False. Sodium is very reactive non-metal. Reactive metal. True. Copper displaces zinc from the zinc sulfate solution. False. And the coal can be drawn into the wire is also false. Now we are moving towards the next question. Here there is you have to write the properties in the listed following table. Distinguish metal and non-metal on the basis of the following properties. Here some of the properties are given. According to these properties, we have to write the qualities of metal and non-metal. Here you can see what are the properties: appearance, hardness, malleability, ductility, heat conduction, conduction of electricity. So I have just made a table for you. You can just see here in this table I have written all the properties about the metals and non-metals. Got it? So you can just write this answer in your notebook. Appearance: metals are lustrous, non-metals are dull. Metals are hard, non-metals are soft. Metals can be beaten into sheets, non-metals cannot be beaten into sheets. Ductility: metals can drawn into wire, non-metals cannot drawn into wire. You can write this answer in your notebook. Now we are moving towards the more heat conduction and conduction of electricity. Good metals are good conductors of heat, metals are good conductor of electricity. Non-metals are poor conductor of heat and non-metals are poor conductor of electricity. Now question number 6. You can see in this question, actually in this question you can read it very carefully about that what the question wants to say. Give reason for the food. We have to give the reason that which type of, means why these things are there. Aluminium foils are used to wrap food items. Have you ever gone to any restaurant? In the restaurant, if you are just taking the parcel, they will give you a bowl which is made up of some paper, and that bowl is wrapped with aluminium foils, or your tablets covers are also wrapped in aluminium foils. So can you tell me why these food items are being wrapped into the aluminium foils? First, give reason question. Second is, immersion rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances. Immersion rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances. Third one, copper cannot displace zinc from its salt solution. And last, sodium and potassium are stored in kerosene. See, all the answers are very easy. If we move from the last, they both are very highly reactive element. Copper cannot displace because copper is less reactive than zinc. Immersion rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances because, see here, each and every answer as already I have expressed. If you want the solution, you can just see here. Aluminium foils are used to wrap food items because aluminium metal is malleable. Therefore, it can be beaten into thin foils. Got it? Why? It is made up of aluminium. So here aluminium foils are used to wrap food items because aluminium metal is malleable. Therefore, it can be beaten into it can be beaten into foils. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Therefore, the immersion of rods for heating liquids are made up of metallic substances. Why they are made up of metallic substances? Because metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Third one, a metal can displace a less reactive metal from its salt and aqueous solution. But zinc is more reactive than copper. Therefore, copper cannot displace from the zinc or displace the zinc from its salt solution. So copper plus zinc sulfate, no reaction. What will happen? Copper plus zinc sulfate, no reaction. Sodium, potassium are stored in kerosene oil because they are highly reactive elements. They can easily catch fire even when they come in the contact with air also. So this was our question number 6. Now we will move towards the question number 7. You can just check the question number 7. What is question number 7? Question number 7 is, can you store lemon pickle in an aluminum utensil? Have you ever checked that in which type of utensils the lemon pickle are stored? Can you store lemon pickle in an aluminum utensil? Explain. Very important question. This question can come in exam also. So lemon pickle cannot be stored in aluminum utensil because lemon pickle contain acids which can react with aluminum. Lemon pickle contain acid which can react with acids, and metal reacting with acid gives hydrogen gas. So they liberate hydrogen gas. So this can lead to spoiling of the pickle. This can lead to spoiling of the pickles. Now you can give a reactions that if we are putting into the aluminium, then what will happen? They will liberate hydrogen gas. Now the question number 8 you can see here. The match the substances in column A with the given in column B, right? So there are few questions you can see: gold, thermometer, iron, electric wire, aluminium, wrapping, food, carbon, jewelry, copper, machinery, and mercury, fuel. You can just write this answer as already I have done for you. Gold, especially used in jewelry; aluminium, used in wrapping food; carbon, fuel; copper, electric wires; and mercury, used in thermometers. Have you seen? If you don't want to write, then just take a screenshot. Now we are moving towards the very important questions. What happens when? What happens when dilute sulfuric acid is poured on a copper plate? What happens when iron nails are placed in copper sulfate solution? Write the word equations of the reaction involved. See, very, very important reaction. See, you can see here that as I have mentioned the reactions, when dilute sulfuric acid is poured on a copper plate, then there will be evolution of hydrogen gas along with the formation CuSO4 plus H2SO4 is equal to CuSO4 plus H2CuSO4 plus H2SO4, that is equal to CuH2SO4 plus H2. So here you can see that which gas will liberate. As the copper sulfate reacts with sulfuric acid, it will liberate hydrogen gas. Got it? Second one was, as the iron being more reactive than copper displaces with the copper sulfate solution. In reaction, the blue color of copper sulfate, what will happen? The blue color of copper sulfate solution will displace into green color. Why? Because here there will be a reaction. In that reaction you can just see that how iron reacts. Iron is more reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive than copper. So when iron reacts with copper sulfate, it gives you iron sulfate plus copper. Now the 10th question. Saloni took a piece of burning charcoal and collect the gas evolved into test tube. How will she find the nature of the gas? Write down the word equation for all the reactions taking place in this process. You can see here You can write this answer in your own words also. And charcoal reacts with oxygen, carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide plus water, carbonic acid. Here this is the main two reactions, and you can write. So add a few drops of water in the test tube containing gas. Now cover the test tube and shake it well. After shaking, test the solution with the blue litmus and red litmus. It will give you the information about the acidic and basic nature. Now the 11th question you can see here. One day Rita went to jewelry shop with her mother. Her mother gave an old jewelry to the goldsmith to polish. Next day when they brought her the jewelry back, they found that there was a slight loss in its weight. Can you suggest reason for the loss in weight? To polish a gold ornament, it is dipped into liquid called aqua regia. Remember, this is the strongest acid solution, aqua regia, a mixture of 3 mole of HCl and 1 mole of HNO3. On getting the environment of aqua regia, the outer layer of the gold dissolves and the inner shiny layer appears. The dissolving of the layer causes a reduction in the weight of jewelry. So that was our NCERT question answers. I hope all of you have written this answer in a well manner. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.